family cares because they like to know. Yeah, if I'm okay. Sometimes there's bad roads, there's bad drivers. Sometimes it's like in Mauritania, in the Western Sahara, it's like 45 degrees and there's only water every 200 kilometers. Then that's also difficult. So it kind of depends. And then usually people are really welcoming. Some areas are a bit more difficult. It all depends. But I think there's a part of me that likes it to be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't be here.
You want out, yeah?
But I like it when it's a bit challenging. Okay. I don't mind. Yeah.
So let's start by, we want you to like to pronounce your name so that we don't get it wrong.
Oh, it's Stign.
Stign?
And just as you would say, I have a coffee stain on my t-shirt. It's just written differently because it's a Dutch name.
How about the second name?
Van Parijs.
Van Parijs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Dutch football players.
Yeah. So like, does your name like have a meaning?
Oh yeah, it's the first name Stign comes from Augustine. It's a link to, I think it's Augustine in English. It's a Catholic saint.
Yeah.
It's just it's a short version of the Catholic name. And then the second name just means from Paris.
Oh, from Paris. Were you born in Paris?
I was not, but maybe my great grandfather, who I don't know, was, but I wasn't.
Okay.
No.
So please take us through your course. Like you're cycling across Africa.
Oh, yeah.
From Belgium all the way to Cape Town.
Yeah.
Please take us through the journey. And like, what's the motivation behind it? How did you come up with the idea?
Well, basically 10 years ago, when I was at university, and I was having beer with a friend in a bar, and we used to do a lot of cycling back then already, either in Belgium or elsewhere in Europe, where we in the summer would camp, and cycle, and then camp at night, and then just basically do, for example, from Belgium to Switzerland on the bicycle. And at some point we thought we should try to take it like to the next level, and we were both thinking about Africa would definitely be the nicest, like because it's very welcoming, it's very diverse, there's lots of nature. So that's how I came up with the idea, like basically just in a bar. And the next day I woke up sober again, and I thought, this is maybe not the best idea I ever had. But then like the next couple of years I just started to think like what actually would be needed. I need some money because it will take a year. I need a good bicycle. I need to look up on security issues because some areas may be unstable. But if that's the case, I'll just take a plane or bus or find some way to get around. And then little by little, I just thought, oh yeah, this is actually possible. I could do this. With my friend who was in the bar as well. And then I think a little more than a year ago, I thought if I don't do it now, I'll probably do something that will make me unable to do it, like sign a mortgage or get married or so. So I just thought I'll just do it, and I quit my job. And then in the meantime, I had been to Uganda before, and I met the people from the NGO I mentioned, and so I thought if I want to. If I'll do something like this, I definitely want to record it or write about it and make some larger project of it. And then I thought I could do like some fundraising for them. And then it's like it's a cycling journey that's a declaration of love to Africa, but also I try to give something back. But that's basically what it is. And then the friend who I wanted to do it with, he moved to Canada and he has some issues with his girlfriend. But what I did is I'm doing the whole thing alone, but there's friends and family visiting me along the way. So there's like points now, for example in Nairobi, there were 4 friends of mine flying in. It's some other people are part of what I do. And normally my father will do a part of the last couple of weeks. So it's. So
you spoke about quitting your job. What did you used to do?
Oh, I used to work for a bank. I studied economics and I did did like investment analysis, and I was basically I worked for a retail bank, and we had an investment model, and I managed like which products are good for which kind of type of market, and yeah. but I liked it.
So you quit your job for this initiative?
Yeah.
So far, do you have any regrets?
No.
Yeah. How
No.
long ago did you quit?
So I 1 month before I started cycling, so that would be June.
June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year.
Yeah. So like your journey started
In July.
In July.
Yeah.
Okay. So take us through the countries that you've already visited. And
Oh, okay.
How has been the experience, and have you been receiving hostile reception and all that stuff?
Yeah. Okay. So I started in Belgium,
Yeah.
and I went to Luxembourg, France, part of Germany, just the border area, Switzerland, then France again, Spain. That was, I think that part I kind of knew. I had been more or less in all the countries I went through. Of course, there's new areas that you visit, but it was fairly easy. And my cousin was with me the first weeks, and I took a boat to Morocco and cycled all the way to the beginning of the desert, and then into the Western Sahara, Mauritania. Mauritania was probably the first part that was a bit more challenging, because it gets very warm during the day, like 45 degrees, and there's also terrorism threats. So what would happen was that I would cycle during the day, and then there's different checkpoints. Because you have to know it's the Sahara, so there's nothing else but sand. But there's one road that connects, it goes all the way down to Dakar in Senegal, and it connects West Africa basically with North Africa, with Morocco. So I cycle along that road, but because they have some terrorism there, there's roadblocks and checkpoints every 50 kilometers, and they would arrest me when it became dark, because they were scared that I would get kidnapped. So I would have set up my little tent next to a police checkpoint with 5 guys with Kalashnikovs, like AK-47s. So I was very safe there. And then after that I went through to